Hello, my lovely people. How are you people doing? Hope you're doing great. How is the night going? Sorry, I'm coming to your way this late. There is an important information. I really want you to be the first to hear it. This voice note is very informative. This is a voice note from a very reliable source. So I really want you to listen to him and get your fear from it. So this let me just give you a brief breakdown about this VN. It talks about the fraud behind the check lodgement. It talks about disbursement being given to stakeholder being fake. He talks about the amounts that each beneficiary is going to be receiving, and also talks about the disbursement being for May. And it talks about a lot of NGO are not going to be receiving disbursement in disbursement. It talks about that a lot of NGO are not going to be receiving disbursement. So it talks about a lot of things, but I really want you to get a feel from this. So sit tight and listen to it. Meanwhile, please, if this is your first time of coming across our channel, kindly do well to subscribe and click on that notification bell so that anytime we drop update like this, you will be the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye for now.
In today's session, we will address those critical topics in the grant ecosystem. In the grant ecosystem, let's quickly address those concerns of grant subscribers and NGO CEOs. Let's quickly address those concerns of grant subscribers, the NGO CEOs, and the beneficiaries in the grant ecosystem, Nigeria. Yes, the week we are is the week that everyone anticipated disbursements within Monday till today being Friday. But due to certain adjustments in the activities of grant disbursement, we are still anticipating. So those that are wondering if there is money at all, I keep telling you, clear off such thought from your mind that there is no money. There is money to be disbursed. It's not a coincidence that Theobald is looking for the money, Supreme is looking for the money to disburse, UAAG came looking for the money, same came looking for the same money. Every other grant handler since the era of 2014 till date has been fighting and struggling to disburse the same grant. So for the fact that all these people has been teaming up to disburse this fund implies there is money to be disbursed. But the only factor here is they can't break the jinx. The same factor that restricted same Telpacon, Ishiba, Theobald from disbursing it years ago is the same factor that restricted UAAG from disbursing the fund after the 2023 verification exercise at Abuja. But the good news we have at the moment is that God eventually picked messiahs that accepted to profile themselves, messiahs that pay the hard price to ensure disbursement take place. And most importantly, God has given us a president that eventually approved the money to be disbursed, even when they are threats that disbursing it will make Nigerians, the average class, becoming the elite or millionaires, which is always the same fear of previous governments. So in the past years, previous administration felt disbursing millions of naira to the masses will make them to be insubordinative or disrespectful to authorities in this country. But currently, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the fund to be disbursed. So the process has been lingering. One thing the grant ecosystem don't actually understand is at what point did the president approve the money to be disbursed, and what were the activities that started taking place between that point till date that make it a delay, that make it not to be disbursed as expected. But unfortunately, again, most of the updates are misleading. They are not actually reflecting the true position of things in the grant ecosystem. The updates are existing to keep grant subscriber waiting, then paying more money to sustain the fraudulent activities of grant ecosystem. That explains the reason why the longer the delay, the more fraudulent the ecosystem becomes. People take advantage of the delay to scam people to collect money and pay their children's school fee and house rent and survive. And our responsibility on this channel is to give you clear direction to follow, just as we warn you against the CBN, IMF, the pioneer slots, that the activities were long hijacked by fraudsters. You should not waste your hard-earned money, because most of those money you pay are not getting anywhere to the stakeholders that are facilitating disbursements. It's the same information I'm still passing to you now. As you are waiting for disbursement to be actualized, stop wasting your money to people that are not actually stakeholders facilitating disbursement. How many times will we sound this warning and people will still be coming to ask us? We are seeing people promoting AGPGN grants, promoting beneficiary slot for UAG. How many times have I warned you that those things are unreal? That leads us to the actual process that is causing delay. Few days ago, some of them came up to tell you that the CBN issue a check which is supposed to mature on Monday that was long gone. And ask yourself if actually that information was true. Why is the money not dropping? Is the check still waiting to be cleared in the CBN? Those activities are never real. The CBN as a body doesn't issue check. They only effect transfers to institutional accounts, governmental accounts. They don't deal with individuals. There's no way the CBN will issue check to grant handlers. No, that wasn't true. So why is the check still pending right now? Highest it will be between 48 or 72 hours. They are giving those updates to keep you waiting for disbursement or to cajole you into paying more money. That is why every time they want to collect money from you, they will tell you disbursement is starting in 24 hours, in 48 hours. If you haven't subscribed, quickly pay for Pioneer and CBN slots now that you still have time. The major essence is that subscribe now that you still have time. There is never a time such activity is real. Don't waste your money once again. Where are we in disbursement? I will tell you that this May is the month of disbursement for every genuine subscribers of grants. But the question is, if disbursement is starting next week, Monday or Wednesday, will you be a beneficiary? It's not about if disbursement is going to take place. May is the month of disbursement, but will you be a partaker of it? What have you done so far to ensure you will benefit? A lot of reformation has taken place lately. Yes, not all the grant handlers will disburse. Is your grant handler approved to disburse this fund? These are what we should be preoccupying ourselves with, not with disbursement. So disbursement will come, but not everyone will partake in it. And your prayer right now should be, God, let me be a partaker of this disbursement. It's already here. Series of activities takes place lately. Some grant handlers were screened out. They will never disburse. And I will not love to disclose their names on this channel, so that some people will not start dying before their time. But an arrangement was made, an avenue, a window was provided by the government for those grant handlers that will not disburse this fund to submit the schedule containing the NGOs that subscribe under them to a certain RO NGO that will disburse this fund to the masses. The question is, did your NGO or your grant handler submit this schedule to this RO NGO? That is one of the factors that should preoccupy people's minds right now. So not most of those names that will disburse directly to you. Rather, your account details, your NGO account details will be submitted to an approved grant handler to disburse to every other grant handler. Yes, some of the grant handler will disburse, when the Apex NGO dispense this fund into their account, they can now dispense to those NGOs under them. Those were the activities that preoccupied the ecosystem lately that caused a delay in the system. And already the government authority on their part submitted their NGOs for profiling too. Nobody can receive this fund without having a cooperative. So even if it is the government authority, they will still need to profile their cooperative as requested by the donor. Is all about the conditions required by the donor. The fund will live in a certain volume to the account from the Apex NGO account to the account of the beneficiary NGOs, the cooperative and the humanitarian foundations. So that is what they were doing recently. The government submitted their cooperative to a certain number that is allocated to them, and that was profiled, and that activities is achieved. So we are already waiting for the fund to be delivered to those designated accounts. Hence, they will disburse to their NGOs, and those that are receiving directly from the Apex NGO account will receive it. A lot of people are asking how much is the entitlement of the NGOs, entitlement of beneficiaries. Revealing most of these figures is endangering some people already. But for you as a beneficiary, we are intimated that entitlement of the beneficiary may be between 500,000 to 1 million naira, but not lesser than 300,000 and above. So if you are a beneficiary who has subscribed to more than 5 NGOs, that means if you are receiving 500,000, you will receive 500,000 times 5 NGOs. That's 2,500,000 for you. But the important thing is not really about how much is coming to the beneficiary or NGO. It's about you making meticulous use of this fund when it gets to your account, because you may never see this opportunity in your life again. So many people will appear with a business model, business idea that has not been proven and tested over time. You sink your money in it, and before you know it, disappear. CBEX was here a few weeks ago, and a lot of people sink money in, and it's no more here. And a lot of people will still sink money into Ponzi's when they receive these alerts, because a lot of those Ponzi schemers are here monitoring the disbursement activity, and immediately they are where you receive the fund in your account, they will roll out another scheme, Ponzi in origin, and you sink your money, it disappears. And this time, you will not have a second chance. Disbursement is going to be a second chance of breaking through, of expanding your businesses for those that have already feel a business collapse. It will be a second chance of becoming a millionaire, of doing things that help yourself and your community when disbursement comes. And that reminds me, the NGOs that are preparing for disbursement, quickly go and deposit some amount of money in your account. This is very crucial, very important message. Most of those cooperative accounts that were created during the era of UAAG, and money was not even deposited into it. Some deposited money, but every corporate account after 6 months faced dormancy, and most of these NGOs waiting for disbursement haven't withdrawn or deposited money in that account since 2023. All those accounts are already dormant. Dormancy implies a fund will be sent to that account and you will never receive it. And the way the activity is going to take place, you will not see anybody to beg for money to be retransferred to your account the second time. Ensure you deposit, even if it is 500 or 1,000 naira, to your corporate account to activate it once again. Do that exercise in the early hours of Monday. Do the activation of your account on the early hours of Monday. We are facing the new week already. It's a quite decisive week. I'm deciding to code this message for security purposes. Activate your cooperative or NGO account. When money hits that account and bounce back, nobody will transfer back to you. And the beneficiaries under you, including you yourself, will suffer after you have waited for almost 8 to 10 years Don't let it be like the hour where the bridegroom eventually appeared and others had a dry lamp and rushed to buy oil. Before they returned, the door was shut behind them. Be prepared for the activity that is already at hand. That which you were praying for is already here. Everyone that understands the signs of the time already know what I'm saying. May is your month of breakthrough, your month of financial emancipation, your month of becoming a millionaire. Yes. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe. The disbursement template is out and I will find a way to present it to everyone on this channel. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe it. Hence, when we present to you an updated information on the state of disbursement in the days and hours ahead, you will be immediately notified.
If you have listened to this VN to this extent, you know that this voice note is very, very informative. So it covers a lot of things and a lot of things that have been going wrong or things that we have been seeing as if is right, that these people are doing, it was actually wrong. A lot of people also have raised this eyebrow concerning this issue of check being given to them, that CBN doesn't give check, that what they did is to do transfer. But because we don't want it to be as if we are just prognosing or we are trying to always find fault when things like this comes up, we decide to keep quiet. You've heard it from him that there was never anything like check being given to stakeholders, and the issue of stakeholders being disbursed to was actually a fake one, was a fake news, that there was nothing like that, that CBN doesn't issue check, that what CBN does is to do transfer. We will not be able to be analyzing in details in this particular VN because it's already lengthy. So in my next video, I will be analyzing some issues as regards to this voice note. Not issue actually, but we'll just be analyzing it and be pointing out some certain things that he said that was actually true that we have been ignoring before. Thank you and God bless you. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye for now.